All right, welcome back. Whew. Busy week, as I mentioned in the last unboxing I just did, but this one is one I'm super excited about. It's sold as like new in box and never carried. And it's really just a cool design that I'm very interested in. So, get it out here. Boom, there it is. It is another Oz Roosevelt. Nicely packaged here by the seller. Get it out of this baggie here. And this particular one, it's weird, sort of weird coincidence. Two of these went on sale. One went for trade and one went for sale on the same day. And the first one was a user, which is great. I'm excited to have it. But as a collector, I always look for brand new in box. And as you can quickly see, just looking at the box itself, this thing is immaculate. Wow, I'm impressed. And there's the knife. And true to form, that thing is super duper clean looking, because that is a oil slick zirconium or Zirc backspacer, and it has a matching clip, and that is not the toughest metal of all time. And you can see that thing does not have a scratch on it as far as I can see here. And the other one, having been used, this dark wash is amazingly resilient, like looks really good for users. The other one, I can't see any signs of wear on the dark wash, but the pocket clip had quite a few snails, as we call them, on there. And yeah, so look at that matching backspacer. And this one is number 522. So I think maybe 5 of these were made. The other one's number 526. And this was from December of 2021. So super stoked to have this one. I have this other one that I thought was my favorite build, and then I saw this and I was like, oh man, that's actually more of my favorite build. So I'm gonna pull that other one out. Let's just get a quick feel on the action here. Perfecto. Perfecto. Really nice drop shotty action on both this one, and the user's even on another level from this, but love the way that they finish these blades. Just so nice looking, so cool looking. And yeah, I'll show you this other one that I have and why I like this one slightly more. Now the other one, there's some elements on it that I might like more. First of all, you can see it's older because it comes in the old hard case. They're both so good, but hear me out. This one had a Zirc, actually had Zirc hardware, which is really cool. So I kind of like that a little more. This is a number 265, and I don't know if they made more than one like this. I know they made a few like this though. Love the dark hardware, but I actually really like the matching hardware on these. So the way it all kind of goes together just flows a little more for me. Love, this is just not an oil slick, but like a regular zirconium clip. Really love that. Like I'd actually probably go with that over the oil slick, just ever so slightly. I don't know. The oil slick's really cool too. So that's a tough one for me. But I do really love this pivot hardware. That is really cool. But you'll notice the difference in the finish on the knife itself. Oh yeah, and then this one has a Timascus, a black Timascus, I think. Let me see what the thing says on it. It says Zircati backspacer, which is really, really nice. Really nice little touch on there. I do like how these match a lot. But I also like how these two are kind of, little, I don't know, emphasis points on this one a little more. There's a little more like decked out on this with the hardware and the yeah, it's a little more decked out. This one's got a little more continuity. But look at the difference in the dark wash. They came up with, I don't know if if it's the same thing, but it's stone washed. I'd have to find out from someone that was there, which I assume there's only 1 or 2 people that were there when this one was made versus this one. But I mean, this one almost seems kind of anode or painted on. It's kind of like almost sprayed on or something. And this one's kind of like stone washed on or something, or dark washed. I don't know what the difference is. And then the blade finishes are a little different too. So you can see this one's quite different actually in the blade finish. They're both cool in their own right. But I kind of like this one maybe a little more. This one's really cool too. I don't know. They're both really neat. Actually, the user of this I kind of like more than either of these. So let me pull that guy out too. The blade on it just looked really nice when I was checking it out. I don't know if it's because it's been used a little bit or what, but yeah, it just has a little more inflection in it than that one. And yeah, it's just really nice looking. So let's see if we can tell the difference on these at all. They're pretty darn similar, but you can see this one's a little less like, there's a little less of the inflection in it on number 522 versus number 526. 526, and maybe again, it might just be because it got used more or something, or it might be that they, you know, did them slightly different, but I really like the way that that blade looks a lot. And then this one, like from some angles, it just doesn't even look, you don't even notice the inflection in it. So it's definitely pretty different between these two in terms of what the overall. This one, when you hit the right angle, it looks amazing. It's crazy looking from the right angle like that, but it's only certain angles that it looks like that. You can see from a lot of angles, you don't really notice that. And then bam, you hit the right angle. And so I don't know what the difference is exactly. Maybe you can throw in here acid etched versus acid washed. I think they both say acid washed on them. Let me keep these straight here. Not that it's going to be hard because they're all numbered, luckily, but 526 here, 265 here, and 522 here. So it says acid washed on these two. And this one, let's see what this one says. It also says acid washed. I feel like I've seen some of the Roosevelt stuff that says acid etched. So they're the same apparently, but maybe they just did a different type of acid wash, or maybe it's acid wash plus stone wash or something. I don't know. Both great. This is, again, like prior to this new one, this is like my favorite in the collection, probably. That and the Silver Surfer. I mean, honestly, I really love this one too. I love them all. They're all so cool. This was the first one I got here, so there's a little extra affinity to it, but that one is, I love the finish on this one too. I think they're both, I love just the consistency, honestly, more so than, like for me, for just like, I don't know. This, from a collector perspective, I really like the zirconium, and it just kind of has that extra flash, but like if I were for a user, I'd feel a little more comfortable pulling something like this out. I do like the acid wash finish though more. I think personally that just looks like a really cool knife. So I know I've now strayed. I don't even have the actual knife from this unboxing in the video. Let me pull it back in here and we'll stick to the subject. But that was kind of what was going through my head as I pursued this one from a collection perspective. I was just like, oh man, perfect, new in box, like basically everything. And it you know, Timascus is really cool. Like if I found a Timascus Rosie, that would probably jump to the top of my list just out of pure rarity, and they're more expensive and you can do a lot of those. So that'd be really, really nice to get a Timascus Rosie. However, short of that, this with the golf putter milling and the dark wash and the acid wash and this just kind of cool oil slick zirconium, man, that is especially just being one that's new in box like this. As a collector, I'm pretty enamored with what I'm seeing here. So Everything looks great here. Super thankful to the seller for working with me on it and making a deal on it. And yeah, glad to get it on the channel and be able to share it with you. If you have questions, feel free to throw those in the comments. If you have comments, I imagine there's a lot of thoughts based on all my misspoken words about the finishes that I just sort of talked about, but I'd love to know anything more about these finishes and what the variation is between that sort of like dark washed golf putter milling and this sort of dark but not really dark washed golf putter milling. Be very interested to learn more about that if someone knows a little something about what the history was there and how they did it different or whatever. And I think that's all for now. So thanks for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.